so nervous. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, everyone. Oh, wrong one. Too early. You weren't supposed to see that. Just secretly wipe that from your mind. The starting screen looks amazing. Thank you. Hello. I hope you guys have been having a wonderful weekend. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for coming to Ami's debut of her 1.0 model. It begins. It does. Ami's gaining power. You'll do great. Grr. Hair. Whoa. Hair, where? Womp. We saw nothing. The background looks great. Yeah, thank you. I mean, you got this. Thank you. Alright. Hello, guys. Welcome to the stream. I think you guys have been well acquainted with my starting screen, as well as my room. It's a little strange that I have two rooms. Well, there's a reason for that, because I am from the mirror world. And in the mirror world, I have a room, and in the regular world, I have my old room as well. And now that I've broken through, I can access both. Where's the fridge? I don't have a mini fridge, unfortunately. I have to be a regular old citizen and walk out of my room and head to the kitchen, but I have a fridge. Of course, but just not in the room. No fridge, aww. Okay, so this is the new model. Let's see. Here, I'm gonna do the classic VTuber debut thing. I'm gonna do that. Oh, there it is. Official debut. Here's my PowerPoint. All right. And hold on. Where's the rest of me? Here I am. Hello world. I can breathe. Up. Tasty air. Yummy. Tasty air. Ami is growing. Yeah, I'm not just a pile of hair on the ground. I'm a full person. Wow. I can move left and right. I could bob a little. I could wink. I can open my mouth. I could go num. Yum. Wow, you look good. Thanks. Grr, woof, yeah, yay. So cute. Yeah, model looks adorable. Thank you. So this model was made, well, I have a bunch of credit stuff, but yeah, I guess I could talk about it just a little bit. Right off the bat, out of order. This one's from Sanzashizu, and I found them on VGen, and they're super talented. In fact, they actually did the whole thing from design to the art to the rigging all by themselves, and they did it super quick. Well, super quick in terms of how long it takes for you to make a model, but they were so good about it, and I had no idea what I would look like. All I had was like multiple pages of notes, and I'm like, I kind of want to look like this. I want it to feel like this. And then they're like, no problem, Ami. I have your back. And then they did this. It was awesome. My full power Ami is so cute. Thank you. Glad I made it to see the debut. It's 1 a.m. here. Oh, I'm glad I moved the time to 1 hour earlier, because usually, as you know, I do 10 p.m. streams for me, but for my betterment of my health and for an improved sleep schedule moving forward, I've decided to move all my streams 1 hour ahead. So in your case, it means instead of 2 a.m., it is 1 a.m. Still very late, but it's better. They did an amazing job. I know. I can't thank them enough. Peak artist, looks amazing. That is a huge compliment coming from Runa, who made her own model and made multiple other models. An absolute artist. Hearing that from Runa, that is an absolute compliment. It's late, but I can catch your stream more often. Oh, that's nice. But if you can't and you're really tired, do mind your own sleep schedule. And, you know, if you really can't make it, I always have VODs, I always have clips, I have other content coming up too. So there's also that to look forward to. So that's a win in your books? Yeah, that's nice. I love streamers slowly fixing their sleep schedule with streams. That's how it works. That's just how it works. That's streamer health. That's how we do things. That's an amazing life hack. Yeah. Okay, so enough derailing myself. Let's move on with the presentation so we can look at more of the amazing stuff. Okay, I'm in the way. I don't know how to do this. Forgive me for being a little slow. I'm flickering. Okay, I'm good. I was flickering out of reality for a second there. Okay, let me sit over here as usual. That's perfect. Okay, let's start with about me. As most of you guys all know, I am Ami. Ami Rainer. That's my full name. In fact, if you take my username, you spell it backwards, and it says Ami Rainer. My age? Well, my age is a complicated question. As you may or may not know, I had accidentally fallen through a mirror one day and found myself in the mirror world. And as I look, I notice I've turned into a girl. So in the mirror world, a lot of things are opposite. I was an adult at first, and then when I fell into the mirror, I became a kid again. And I was in the mirror world for quite a while until the point where I'm an adult again. So that's why my age is a little complicated. Am I in my 20s? Am I technically in my 50s? Does time work differently? Am I negative age? I don't know. I don't know. Am I adding the two ages together? Who knows? Would you be in the negatives? Yeah, because mirror world logic works backwards, right? So if I would have gained 10 years, maybe it's minus. So if I was 25, maybe I'm like 15? Maybe I'm 15. Maybe I'm younger. Who knows? Ami's age is just a yes. Oh, clumsy Ami. Yeah, I was like, whoa, I'm gonna hit the mirror, and then huh? I didn't. Oh, huh? And then everything is like, oh, everything's topsy-turvy, up is down, left is right. I don't know where I'm going. Maybe that's why I have a bad sense of direction. So I'm de-aging, yeah, possibly. In terms of my birthday, this one's a weird one. So, in the mirror world, well, no, in your world, you guys use the Gregorian calendar, and you base your age off of that one. And in Asian culture, there's also, excuse me, in Asian culture, there's also the lunar calendar, and people typically don't use that for their birthday. But in the mirror world, it's the other way around. So it's actually the 8th month and the 15th day in the lunar calendar. But I guess it's too much of a hassle, so I just translated it directly to your calendar date, which the 8th month is August, and the 15th day is the 15th day, so August 15th. Also, is that cat god in the art? Huh? Oh, where? How'd they get there? It might be. I hope not. I don't see cat god anywhere. Do you see cat god? Cat god anywhere? Nope. I think we're safe. For now. Cat god. The cat god didn't notice. Yeah, let's keep it that way for a bit. Hopefully there's no cat god for the rest of the stream. Okay, so, yeah, so in, I guess in Chinese, I would say it's 8月 something. So that is also the day of the lunar festival. That is also the day of the lunar festival. It's the time of the full moon, and the moon is a mirror of the sun, which is the day where I have my fullest power. And I am absolutely most free on that day. That is where I gain strength and become stronger year by year. Oh, thank God the cat god didn't notice. Phew! Yeah, so close. My height and weight are pretty normal, 160 centimeters tall. I would like to think I'm on the average end. Not too short, not too tall. I actually don't want to be any taller than that, but I'm pretty sure if I'm any shorter than that, I would definitely qualify for being short. In terms of weight, 45 kg. Yeah, let's just keep it at that weight and hopefully I don't gain any weight. Okay, moving on. And it's the model showcase. So, if I just, there I am. Wait, something, okay, that's better. Okay, so in the corner there, you see, that is San Shisu. And they did the design, they did the model art, they did the rigging, they did everything. All the little everything, it's amazing. Oh, I guess that's how you rotate. Okay, so let's do a full, let's do the full, yeah, there we go. Ta-da! This is how I look. Do a flip. What? Somersault. I did a flip. I didn't know I could do that. Wow, that's amazing. So you see, I got my little lab coat style jacket. I got my necktie, a little too lazy to put it on, so it's kind of like that. Almost a career-ending flip. No, it's perfectly fine. I'm very nimble. I'm very nimble. Nice flip. Yeah. I'm super acrobatic. And then as you guys can see, there's a little, I have a little triangle here. That's my little triangle. That's why there was a stone triangle artifact when we were playing. Fun fact, because this world is backwards, we do have science, but science is also alchemy and magic. So alchemy and magic, very important. That's why I got my rulers. My rulers to help me draw my pentagrams and everything. Very useful, very useful. Is the stone mask still intact? No, I absorbed it. I absorbed all the artifacts into me. They dissolved into nothing. They're gone. They're gone, unfortunately. You don't get to have it back. And then I got a neat little accessory here based off my first name, Ami, A for Ami. And then I can do a few things. Check this out. Oh, what? It's the cat god. Oh no. When did you get here? Well, I guess you can stay on my shoulder. I guess. I didn't do anything funny. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine, guys. Everyone, stay calm. It's the cat god. If we don't disturb it, everything will be fine. Everything will be okay. Oh my god, it's happening. It's happening. Okay. Ami, breathe. Okay, we're good. The rat god, stay silent. Rat god, help me out. Oh, just when I needed you most. Oh. The hair clip is a very nice little detail. Yeah, thank you, thank you. That was totally their idea. They had so many awesome ideas for the design, and it looks awesome. The hair clip is super cute. Yeah, yeah. Alright, let's see. Oh, I guess you... Oh, hey, I'm really sorry, but I'm super sleepy. Have a nice stream today. Bye, people. Bye-bye, Joe. Thank you for dropping by. I hope you get some nice sleep. And maybe I'll see you again soon. But until then, good night. Bye-bye. Bye. Do I perhaps have fluff coffee? I do not have fluff coffee. Because it's so early, I just have hot water. I'm not tired in any way. I made sure to take a nap beforehand. We should be good for today. Oh yeah, so back to the model showcase. We also have a little thing like this. Sometimes it gets really hot in the summer, so you might want to just, you know, tie up your hair. See? I can tie up my hair like this. Oh, so refreshing. Absolutely refreshing. Awesome, awesome. And then sometimes, oh, the jacket's really hot too. Just gotta take off the jacket too. Wait. Oh, there you go. Just like that. Just normal, and it won't be too toasty. It looks super cute. Thank you. Holy moly! Oh my goodness, Ami with a ponytail. More outfits, more outfits. For now, that's all I got, but I might need some new outfits soon, so maybe we'll do something about that. Ami won't be toasty anymore like this. Yeah, it would be perfect. Perfect for summer weather. This is a long sleeve shirt, so it is a little bit hot, but it's fine. The cat, Cat God, it's fine. Cat God could stay there. It's not too toasty around the collar. Just half toasty. Pajamas is a start. Oh, pajamas would be a nice idea. Duly noted. Save that for next time. Okay, so that's pretty much all I have for that. Let's change back to the regular. I like the default. I love the default. Okay. It looks very thin for a long shirt. I mean, I don't like wearing thick long sleeve shirts and dress shirts. Like, I typically choose the ones that are a little bit more breezy, because I tend to get hot really easily. So I am definitely not a fan of the summer. The winter is definitely more my thing. You can layer up, you can do all sorts of things with your clothes. Definitely the best time for fashion. Okay, so moving on. Oh, I guess I kind of skipped this and talked too much about it already. But anyway, oh, Cat God probably wants to stay in frame. Okay, so TLDR, I fell through a mirror and became a girl. Things are reversed and opposite in the mirror world. I incurred the wrath of the Cat God, and although the 5 artifacts did free me from the mirror world, I could transverse between the 2 worlds now. Oh, and I am able to look like this in my proper form. I can do a bunch of cool things, but apparently the Cat God thinks that I have not gotten enough of a punishment, so I can't actually change into a guy. So we're gonna be stuck in our female form for a while, but in the future, maybe if we're good, we get to temporarily become a guy again. Who knows? But it seems like Cat God also wants to stick around to keep an eye on me, so that's why they're here. Guess we're sticking with Cat God for a little longer. Killing Cat God's mortal body wasn't a good choice. Yeah, I guess my theory is that they latched onto me and took some of my power and used that to create the current form that they have right now. So, yeah, Cat God is kind of resting a bit, and I have lost still a chunk of my power, but hey, it's better than nothing. Okay, next. This one. Oh no, I'm in the way of the important information. Over here. Let's get over here. There, perfect. Okay, this one you guys are familiar with. So I have emotes, and the emotes are by Recon Draw. They did the pixel art for the emotes, and they look absolutely adorable. Right now, you guys can use it in the chat, and you could use it in my Discord server. It is using better TTV, so if you don't have the extension enabled, you won't really see it on your desktop. It'll just look like words. But if you do, they'll look like emotes in the chat. And you also see it above as well in my overlay. So that's amazing. The emotes are super cute, I know. They're awesome. They really caught my eye because they were some cute little chibi pixel art. I mean, people say pixel art, oh, pixel art's so easy. Oh, anyone can do pixel art. Well, you haven't seen Recon draw pixel art because they draw absolutely awesome pixel art. It's just one of a kind. They do pixel art, they even do like a chibi pixel art Live2D model, and it looks super amazing. If I wasn't budget constrained, I would absolutely commission one from them. But unfortunately, I am very constrained, so I'll have to leave that for some day in the future. Yeah, can confirm, pixel art is hard. Like, you are constrained by the number of pixels. You can't just go like, oh, I'm just gonna draw a stroke. It's, oops, I drew 2 pixels too wide to the left. Oh no, picture ruined. It's a whole other beast. So mad respect for all the pixel artists out there. You guys do wonderful work, but also not to discount regular artists like yourself, Runa. That's also amazing. Excuse me. Lots of talking. Hold on. Okay, that's better. Yeah, I can't wait for the future. Future holds so many things. So, I actually had my model done back in March, I think. I think end of February. No, I think it was mid-March. The model was done mid-March, and after that, I was trying to look around for all the other things I needed, tried to figure out stuff about Live2D, learning things, and then if any of you recall during any of my streams, there were 2 instances where I almost gave it away. One time, I panicked when someone mentioned, hey, Ami, what about your other model? I was like, other model? What other model? Ha 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 ha. I only had the PNG tuber. I don't know what you're talking about. And that was because as I was thinking, shoot, did they figure it out? Did they stalk me on social media? Did they look up all the artists that I got involved with? Because I didn't tell them to keep it a secret, but like, there's no way anyone would know. I'm just a nobody. No one would know. So it's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then it's like, oh no. No, it was the random shorts that I did for Valentine's Day where I made my model wear different outfits, and I was like, oh yeah, that's totally what I thought you meant. Absolutely nothing suspicious at all. And then the second time was when I think some of you guys were suggesting games, and then I talked about my budget, and I was saying, oh yeah, I have like a budget that I set every month, but then if I'm playing free games, where am I spending all my money? So it's like, oh, thank goodness no one connected the dots there. But yeah, so every month I basically budget a little bit of money towards the art and the models and everything until I could afford them comfortably. And then here we are. So the reason why I couldn't pay for any games was because of that. So, dodge 2 bullets. Hydrate. Thank you. Sag Monkey is a problem for all. Quick, use memory wipe. Oh wait, I remember that. Oh my god, holy mother of jump scares. Yeah, my heart jumped out so badly. More than any horror game I've ever played, those 2 times were probably the worst. Okay, moving on. The profile art. Profile art is from The Scratch. The Scratch did an amazing job. Unfortunately, most of the social media platforms like to do a circle as the icon for the profile, so I kind of had to crop it down to like half the face. But this is the full art. I had to put in a slide for you guys to see the full art. In fact, I need to get out of the way. Ami, move your big head so that people can see your big head. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay, there we go. The eyes look amazing. Yeah, they look like they really sparkle. So this artist does a lot of these type of things. I guess it's the style that they do. So they have a lot of different profile pictures for the headshot showing the eyes like this, and it's absolutely amazing. It reminds me of an anime style where it shows the characters open up their eyes and sparkle. It's so cute and adorable. It's awesome. And then I also noticed whenever I commission a different artist to do art, they all have a different take on how the model looks, and it's always very refreshing to see a different look. So this look versus that look, there's not one that's better than the other, but it's really nice to see all the different art styles that everyone has. So it's really nice and cool. It's really awesome. The eyes look like gems, I know. Oh, they look so good. Okay, and then moving on. And then ta-da! I'm in the way again. Okay, actually, can I zoom myself? Yeah. Make space. Okay, there. Oh, I'm just on the edge. Okay, there you go. So this one is from Pride Crate. Pride Crate made this awesome banner art. Absolutely adorable. You can see Cat God on the side. You can see me holding my coffee. I like a cappuccino, so that's with the latte art and everything. Is that fluff coffee I see? Yeah, it might be. If you zoom in, you might be able to pick out some fluff. It's absolutely adorable. Make sure you don't cut yourself off in the caption window when you move. We want to see the entire cute model. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Hold on. Why is it doing... Huh. Oh, wait. Am I just on the border? Wait, how does... Oh, it's because the, whoop. Okay. Okay, perfect. It's because I resized the window and I didn't properly fix it. So there. Good reminder. Good reminder, Rina-senpai. Okay. Amazing banner, by the way. Yeah, I know, this is absolutely crazy. I felt so bad that they took a little while to do this one, and I thought it must have been because my requirements were too over the top. I was like, oh, make me like kind of lean back holding a coffee and everything. I was like, oh no, I gave them too difficult a requirement. I'm asking for too much. I'm too demanding. And it's like, oh no, what do I do? Should I message them and tell them, oh, you don't have to to make it like exactly like I say. And then, but then in the end, they're like, boom, here you go, Ami. And I'm like, that's like crazy. That's like even better than what I imagined in my head. So I'm like, oh my goodness. So I feel like they went, so there's the bar of expectation, and then there's above the bar of expectation. They just kind of like went vertically up into the air and across and then back down again. So my expectations were absolutely blown out of the water. It was just that amazing. It was like absolute shock. So they deserve so much more attention. In fact, all of the artists deserve attention. They all did absolutely amazing work, more so than I could say. A thank you is not enough. So that's why I had a dedicated slide to each one of them. The crescent moon on the mirror looks good. Yeah, because that's part of my theme, with like the moon and the mirrors and the reflections and the triangles. So they added all these little small touches to kind of just pull everything together. Absolutely amazing. You gave them clear instructions. It's a good thing. Yeah, I'm like, I don't like being too forward. I don't like being too demanding. I don't like being too pushy. So, but then I needed to get certain things that I wanted. So I was like conflicted. Oh, I guess I have to give absolutely clear instructions. But then at the same time, it's like, I'm super lenient and always blown out of the water by every single artist I met so far. So yeah, I guess that's kind of all I could say. Boom, amazing Ami banner. Just like that. They all did a phenomenal job. Yeah. So if you guys have time, you can go and check them out. I have all the credits linked in my Abouts page. I am doing a post on my Twitter for each one of them with their links and everything. I have my card website with a dedicated page for credits as well. And of course, there's this presentation slideshow. Okay. Now, moving on to the next amazing artist. Oh wait, not yet. The art is a little bit of a break and interlude for in between the presentations. So, here's the rest of it. Okay, so my likes. I'm sure most of you know. Most of you have been here for a while, probably know, but I'll reiterate. I love voice acting. I love singing. Basically, I love using my voice. I love light novels, manga, anime, you name it. I don't have a single particular favorite genre, so I read everything from shonen to otome stuff to some occasional BL, some Yuri stuff occasionally too, some hardcore, dark, gritty stuff as well, all sorts of things, horror, tragedy, rom-com, you know, harem, it's just everything. I just love anime, just everything. There was a period in my life where I used to basically hardcore watch anime, hardcore read manga. I would just open the manga website and then just like open a million tabs to keep track of everything that's been updated. And then it's like, I'll read it eventually. I'll try my best. I read like 100 or so every day. And then I watch all the anime as they come out. I watched most of the stuff that dates back all the way to 1995. I think I might have watched some older stuff as well, but then, you know, life happened and I kind of dropped off on that a bit. So I'm not exactly up to date anymore, but I do keep up a little. A VTuber of culture, absolute culture. Yeah, that's mostly, that's like a thing that most VTubers have in common. I also like dressing up and going out. The going out part is a little weird. I like the feeling of dressing up and going out. I don't actually like the going out part. As soon as I go outside and I stay around outside for too long, I go, I want to go home. So there is that. But it's pretty fun getting all dressed up and everything. And then next up, horror. I love horror stories, I love horror games, I love horror movies. I used to grow up reading horror stories all the time. I think there was a classic called, what is it called? Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. They used to have that in my elementary school, and I used to borrow that tape all the time. And yes, my elementary school is poor and old, so we had cassette tapes for the longest time. And then we would play that during class, and you'd shove that into the machine, put on your big old headset, and then listen to it, and then get absolutely freaked out by the person's amazing voice acting and narration. I've gotta take a daily dose of outside. Grass? Grass? That stuff's illegal. Touching grass is not allowed. It's forbidden. And then, as you know, I love playing horror games, so pretty much most of the games I play are all horror games. Obviously, I play other games as well, but the ones I enjoy a lot tend to be the horror. Movies, I love horror movies. In fact, I have a weird fascination with the really bad horror movies. So the horror movies that typically get like below 50 on Rotten Tomato, those tend to be the ones I always go to, and I always end up watching them and going, huh, I enjoyed it. It was fun. Movies don't have to be like perfect. They don't have to have amazing acting. They don't have to have amazing effects. They don't have to have amazing story. It's just whatever is entertaining. So I find that entertaining, and that's kind of what I watch. Terrible movies are such a bop. I enjoy them a lot too. It's the bad that makes it so good. It's so bad, it's good. Kind of. Like, there's just something about it that has a particular kind of charm, and I like it. So say what you might if you're a movie connoisseur, but to me, I just like what I like. Also, if you guys didn't know, I love software and hardware hobby projects. So a good example of that was my recent text-based adventure, and that is the software part of it. But what you might not know is I'm also a lover of hardware projects as well. In fact, before I started streaming, I was actually preparing some equipment for the stream ahead of time. I didn't end up finishing it, but I'll probably find time to finish it in the future. But I was working on a thing called a Deej, so DEEJ. It's an open source thing and it allows you to do controlling of your volume with a hardware switch. So that's obviously super useful for a streamer, and I was thinking of actually adding macro keys to it. So far I'm just using a macro keys on the left edge of my keyboard, but it's limited, so I'll have to expand on that when I get different expressions in the future, near future. So that's a hobby that I like. Can we still do the explore command? Unfortunately, I have disabled it because it is now over, but I will actually spend a little bit of a segment here to talk about exactly that. So just hang on for a little while and I'll show you the things you guys have missed during the adventures. And then finally, I love sugary sweets and desserts. I don't know about where all you guys live, but where I live, you can get lots and lots of bubble tea. You can get bubble tea, you can get all sorts of crepes, you can get all sorts of cakes, you can get all sorts of cheesecake, you can get Japanese desserts here, you can get all sorts of Asian desserts, you can get Mexican desserts. There's all sorts of cuisines where I live. Don't look at where I live. I'm pretty sure I doxed myself with that, but don't look at where I live. It's just a place with lots of food. Lots of good food. High quality sushi, high quality, all sorts of food. But for me, it's always the sugary sweets and the desserts that are my favorite. Okay, dislikes. I dislike MOBAs. I used to play League of Legends. In fact, a long time ago, I had an online friend and they were playing a game with me, a RPG game, online RPG game, and we played for like probably most of our high school together. And at that point, they're like, "Oh, I started playing League. You want to join?" And then I'm like, "Oh, I'm not sure." And then they're like, "Oh, wait, on second thought, maybe never mind. I don't think you like League. I don't think you'll like it. Now that I think about it, you probably would hate it." And I was like, "What? No way." And then I played it, and I got sucked in, I got addicted, and then I hated every last second of it. I wasted my entire life playing ranks. I went all the way to gold, almost platinum, and then dropped all the way back down again. And then I was like, this cannot be real. I hate this. So never again am I going to play MOBAs. Is that the dessert heaven? Is Ami living in the dessert and cuisine heaven? Yeah, I might be. Oh, nice. That's so cool. I want to do that. I'm simple though, and I just use a Stream Deck mobile. Yeah. You could do that, but the thing is, there's something different about having physical buttons. So a touch screen could have, you know, vibrations, sure, but having a physical button that goes tonk, tonk, tonk is definitely different. And you can have like sliders, or you can have like knobs. If you're extra fancy, you could create a little screen. And then you have all sorts of different mechanical switches that you want. Absolutely amazing. And then you could call it your own thing too. No one else on this planet would have it. The program is also not that difficult to use, so even if you don't have a lot of knowledge, it's quite simple. So if you're interested, you can search up a guide on YouTube or just Google it and you'll find it. It's super awesome. So it's DEEJ. Okay, anyway, next thing I hate, sunlight. I absolutely hate sunlight. Sunlight is useful for the plants and animals, for nutrients, for the plants, for the animals to eat the plants, for us to eat the animals and the plants. But I hate sunlight. I hate it. It's hot. It makes my skin dark. It's not comfortable. It makes your car hot. It makes your house hot. It makes your anime figures get faded. Yes, I bought an anime figure, and yes, I put it on a shelf facing the sun, and yes, I absolutely regret doing that. I absolutely ruined it. Huh? Bruh. Don't go towards the light. No. Hey, Luke. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I didn't know it was early. Yeah, it was early. I'm doing it 1 hour early because it's a debut stream. In fact, moving forward, I am going to be 1 hour early every day because it will be better for my health. Because I start at 10 p.m. normally, and that means I end at 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 4 a.m. sometimes. So if I move it ahead by an hour, I get to go to bed an hour earlier. So it's better. Oh no, you're melting. The anime figure is melting. It didn't melt, but the skin got completely bleached by the sun, and the anime character, it was like, it's not an expensive figure. It's Amiya from Arknights, and it's the noodle stopper one, and she got completely faded, and her skin turned like completely white, like ghostly white, like paper white, and I'm like, no. Oh, and it was like my first figure too. I'm 47 minutes late. Yeah, don't worry about it, Lick. Don't mind. Yeah, physical buttons are so much better. Saw them do a lot in the entertainment industry. Yeah, it's always physical buttons. In the pro world, it's always physical buttons. Physical buttons are just better than touchscreen. Same with like, that's why you won't see an airplane with like a touchscreen. Pilots, you should be worried if your pilot has to navigate the plane using a touchscreen monitor. That will be an absolute nightmare. Oh, the profile picture also changed. Yeah, I changed a bunch of stuff if you guys didn't notice. You missed a few of the slides before, but you'll be able to see it on the VOD. But I have all sorts of new assets, all sorts of things, and here's the new 1.0 model. There's a little cat over here. That's Cat God. Cat God's just perched on my shoulder, just you know, hanging out. And yeah, all right. Slowly becoming a ghost. Oh no. Yeah. Oh. My plan is still to repair her. I'm going to buy a paint set, and I'm gonna repaint her skin and make her normal again. So today is a yapping stream. Yeah, it's a yapping stream. A lot of yapping. I might play a game at the end, just a short one. Just as a break from all sorts of Resident Evil. We've been playing Resident Evil for a whole month after all. It's just like the Stream Deck Mobile, because my tablet doesn't have to be plugged in. It's wireless and cheap. It is the advantage. But building it yourself is also super cheap. If you buy the parts on AliExpress, the board only costs you a couple bucks. The keycaps, if you buy them, the keys and the keycaps, if you buy them in bulk, are like $30 for like 100 or something. If you buy less, it's cheaper, but if you buy more, they're cheaper in terms of per unit. And then all you need are just a couple of wires and something to attach it to, a box, a cardboard box, an acrylic box, whatever you want. But I get it, because a tablet, you just have to install it, prop it up, and you're good. So, whatever suits your fancy. So Ami has disrespected the rat god. I have not disrespected the rat god. the Rat God is still someone I highly respect and also worship. I am a worshiper of multiple gods. It's fine. Oh no, not the faded model. Yeah, it sucks. But from that lesson, I learned to kind of buy blackout curtains to put on that window. So moving forward, there would be no problem. What the fuck are you guys talking about? Am I in the middle of an adult conversation I don't know? No. I'm talking about, like, we're talking about the Stream Deck and the alternate DIY version of it that you can get. I was working on that as a side project. I haven't finished it, but I plan on finishing it in the future so I could use it. And then the other thing I was talking about was my anime figure that I accidentally put on a shelf that got lots of sunlight and got absolutely faded. And I have to repaint her. I have to repaint her skin. Oh, that sucks. But it is what it is. Hard life lessons. Womp womp. Or I could just stack a deck-sized deck from my old... Huh? From my old... Steel! A deck-sized... Huh? I'm confused. You mean a Stream Deck-sized tablet from your old work? Reading's hard. Oh, reading is hard. Reading is difficult. Okay, so the final point. I didn't know I'd had to spend more than 10 minutes talking about my dislikes, but here we are. Wastefulness. I don't like wasting things. So, if you guys... Well, I keep saying this. If you guys didn't know, most of you probably don't know, but my entire computer, my entire setup, is all secondhand parts. I don't have a single thing, well, I guess other than the SSD. Other than the SSD, nothing is new. My monitor was from a thrift store. My other monitor is from a thrift store. My keyboard is from Craigslist. My mouse is from a thrift store. My computer case was also from Facebook Marketplace. My motherboard was from Craigslist. The CPU was from eBay. The RAM was from a random dude on Facebook Marketplace. Pretty much everything is secondhand. Will be repainting the anime figure be a future stream idea? I don't know. There's a lot of setup for that. I'll consider it. I don't know if I'm gonna do IRL streams. I'll have to prep the environment. Yeah, we know. I mean, you've talked about it before. I have bad memory. I don't remember if I talked about it. Saving money. Lots of money saving. Yeah. So I don't like wasting things. To other people, these were useless pieces of junk. To me, it was valuable pieces of equipment for streaming. I saved a ton of money. I think I mentioned that it was like adding everything up together was under $300 US. So like super dirt cheap. Also, I don't know if you guys know, but for those who are not familiar, for VTubers who have Live2D models like this, they need some kind of camera to capture motion. You could use a webcam, but it's not as great. So the de facto thing to use is an iPhone. So I had to buy an iPhone just for this. And of course, knowing me, because I don't like being wasteful, I just bought a used iPhone. I bought a used iPhone. It has an absolutely shattered screen, but what's important is it's functional and the sensors at the top are not obstructed by the cracks. So I had to pick and choose just the right one. And there we have it. $300? Bruh, really? The price of one of my new monitors. Yeah, your new monitor is literally the price of everything on my desk. Everything on my desk, everything near my desk, everything attached to my desk or adjacent to my desk. Yeah, all that. Did I mention my microphone costs less than $20 US? Like, my microphone is an XLR microphone, and it's actually a pretty decent one. I think new goes for like a little over $100 USD, but I got it for under 20 bucks. So yeah, used hardware for the win. If it works, it works. Sometimes second-hand equipment really works well. So cheap? Yeah, super cheap. In fact, the iPhone was also super cheap. Like, everything was absolutely super cheap. So the microphone had like a big old dent on the outside casing, and then internally it worked perfectly fine. I know that if you drop a microphone, it's not necessarily the best thing for its sensor and everything, but I tested it, everything works. So I basically got like $100+ microphone for like less than 20 bucks. So yeah, lots of savings everywhere. My first audio interface to go with the microphone was also dirt cheap. I bought it. I did a really funny thing. I found a computer store. I looked up their inventory, and I found a super dirt cheap audio interface. And I was like, huh, the specs are good, everything's good, why is it so cheap? Oh, right, it's something that's been discontinued for 20 years. And the software was for like Windows Vista. And I was like, I'll take it. I'll take it. I bought it, I used it, I did a bunch of auditions for voice acting with it, and then I started streaming for like a couple months with it, and it was fine. The only issue it had was the software drivers had a bug, and I couldn't play certain types of RPG Maker games. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there was, I think it was Home Alone. That game had an occasional kind of buzzing noise that got captured on stream, and I was like absolutely devastated. I was like, no, my whole stream was ruined. And then I swapped out my graphics card, I reinstalled Windows, I did everything. I even switched to Windows like 10 and 11. Nothing worked. I even went as far as trying to crack open the driver files myself and tried to reverse engineer it. But in the end, I came to the conclusion it was a hardware issue. I looked up the circuit diagram, and there was a minor flaw in the circuit diagram, and there's nothing I could do. So even if I fix the hardware, and I fix the software, there's nothing I could do to the hardware, because the hardware is just bugged from the beginning. So I had to shell a little bit more money for a Focusrite, and I bought that off their website when they had a spring sale, and I bought it. It was cheap, but it was definitely one of my more expensive purchases. Isn't that around the same price as the price you paid for your tent? Yeah, I think so. I think that so. Secondhand parts in the US are so good. Not really in Australia. Oh, I see. I remember hearing a YouTuber talk about that before. Bruh, you're so cool. When your voice is too good that even the machine gives up. Yeah. Normal suffering of Ami. Oh, hello, Obligatari. Hello. Welcome to my stream. Very nice of you to drop by. If you didn't know, ta-da! Look, it's my new 1.0 model. Previously, you saw me in my old 0.0 model, which is my PNG tuber form. And now here's my Live2D form. I can move left and right. I can go up, 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 up. I can wink, wink. I can tie up my hair. So refreshing. Howdy, yeah. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend as well, because I definitely am. In fact, it's a long weekend for me as well. Do another flip. I could do a flip, but I can do awesome flips. I can do acrobatics. I can see that. It's very cute. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Much love and appreciation for all the artists involved in my model and all my other asset upgrades. Everything is absolutely awesome. Bruh, if I buy secondhand equipment in my country, it's 100% scam. It won't even last 2 days. Yeah, it's kind of tricky. It depends on, like, the marketplace where you live, and depends on how much hardware is available and stuff like that. If you can't get secondhand things cheap in your country, another thing you check is eBay. eBay is good. And then the other thing would be AliExpress. AliExpress has a bunch of awesome stuff as long as you sort it by the number of orders. So I find that if I sort it by the thing that people buy most, it tends to be the good stuff. So the crappier stuff or the potential scams are usually the ones no one orders from, and then the ones with like thousands of purchases are typically the good stuff. And I haven't been scammed once yet on AliExpress. All the stuff's high quality, everything's great, so it worked out so far. In fact, I considered buying a motherboard there as well. There was, I think, who was it? Yes Tech City? Yes Tech City was one of my favorite tech YouTubers as well, who I learned a lot of secondhand tips from. So that's someone to also look at if you want to figure out how to do secondhand stuff like me. You can't buy anything secondhand online in Australia. I had to drive an hour to go to get a secondhand PC, a store/audio. Man, that kind of sucks. I unfortunately have to go to bed. I have work tomorrow, but congratulations on your 1.0 model debut. I hope you have a wonderful stream, Mommy. Thank you, thank you, thank you for dropping by. I hope you have a wonderful rest, and yeah, go to bed. Your health is super important. Maybe I'll catch you some other time. So, for now, have a good night. Bye-bye. Bro, our country doesn't even have those kind of stores. Aw, that kind of sucks. Well, I guess in that case, do whatever makes sense in your country and just don't get scammed. Most important, don't get scammed, don't get robbed, don't get yourself in any dangerous situations. I know meeting people, random strangers out on the street, just from a single random Facebook message is potentially very sus. So unless you have the experience, knowledge, skills, you should probably definitely be extra careful. Ami, can you give me a study tips? Study tips? Like school studying tips? Like for university? In terms of studying tips, one big tip would be try to take all the information that you learn and try to group them up to be what's related, and then try to look for something that's in common. If you take out all the common stuff, you reduce the amount of information you have to memorize, and it eventually becomes your common sense. And then with that common sense, you end up being an expert at whatever subject that you're working on. That's how I did it. That's what I tell my students. And I'm pretty sure almost all of them has gotten into university. So it works. It just takes practice. I wish we all had micro centers everywhere. Yeah, I don't have a micro center. I have a micro center. Oh man. Okay, listen, but don't remember. There are micro centers physically nearby, but not within my country. I have doxed myself yet again. I'm sure if you dump all the things I say into an AI, it could probably deduce where I live. Womp womp. Ami has doxed herself on the first day of the debut. Oh gosh. Womp womp. VTuber exposed. Doxed on day 1. Oh no. I wish I was born in a better country. I mean... I don't know what to say about that. There are some places on Earth that are definitely worse off than others. But there are a lot of countries that are not bad. They don't have to be the best, but there's a lot that are not bad. So I would say try your best to find the positives. We have what we have, we work with what we got. Wow, I need to hydrate a lot. I don't know why my voice is like this today. I wonder if it's because I'm too nervous and I got a little sick. Okay, well, it's fine. That's how I tell my students, are you a teacher? I am not a teacher. I'm a tutor. I do tutoring. I have a lot of students that I see, and a lot of them do say, wow, Ami, are you a teacher? And I'm like, no. Unfortunately, I am not a teacher. I don't necessarily want to be a teacher, but I do love teaching. If you guys remember, my main is software development. So that's my main. Teaching is a thing on the side. I don't think that is a dox at all. No. Who is that guy? What was that guy called again? Rain something Bolt. What was that guy's name? There was a YouTuber who was famous for being able to deduce locations. Give me a second. Yeah, there was Blue Bolt, Lightning. What is the guy's name again? I can't remember. But there's a guy who was famous for like geoguessing based off a single picture. With the information I have said in this one stream, I can guarantee someone could literally pinpoint the exact city that I live in. Based off whenever I say it's hot, whenever I say it's cold, whenever I say, hey, that something is happening, or the type of food that I have access to, or that there's no micro centers, or the price of the items where I live, all this is doxable. So be careful on the internet. We already know where you live. You live in a mirror. Yeah, I live in a mirror. How do you guys... given away. You guys figured it out. Dang it, you know where I live. If life gives you lemons, womp womp your way through it. Yeah, just womp womp your... You just go womp womp and and all your problems go away. A lot of talking for the stream. Yeah. I could see why people don't do really long debut streams. I'm a little parched, and I am running low on water. Okay. Okay, there we go. Tutoring? Whoa, you have real skills, man. Give me free tutoring. I've considered that for a stream idea. I don't think that's very exciting. So no free tutoring for you, unfortunately. I'm not a scammer, though. Still, you gotta be careful. There could be people watching. There are ears. There are ears in the computer. There are eyes and ears in the wires. Just gotta look for a tent inside a house. Oh yeah, it's just on Google Maps, and then it's just Google Maps, and then you go and you look at the reflections of people's windows, and it's like, there it is. It's the one with the tent inside the room. The stupid looking tent inside someone's room. That's Ami's house. Found it. Ami, if you ever do online and shop for AliExpress, does the package arrive at your door? Yes. All my packages arrive... Actually, wait. No. It depends. Oh, I think I'm doxing myself again. They used to not deliver to your house. And then eventually, during the pandemic, it seems like they expanded. And depending on where you live, they might actually have access to a courier to help them deliver packages directly. In the past, it used to be like, oh, I have to drive off to one of the places to pick it up. One time I drove all the way to a faraway place, and then all the way there just for a pair of shoes. And I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. That's great. That's awesome. I had to drive many kilometers for a pair of shoes. Yeah. I think it's too vague. Only Runa knows where I live and my full name. Stalker. Yeah, Runa's in your wires. Runa's living in your wires. She's in the walls. She's in the goddamn walls. Yeah, so be careful. She knows. Runa knows everything. Yeah, I keep thinking your hair is cut, God. It's so very long. I'm in all your walls. I'm in your debut stream. Yeah, Runa be everywhere. Runa's everywhere. Runa's everywhere, all the time, everywhere. That's just how it works. Yeah, so don't mind, Epic. Don't mind. There's nothing to feel bad about. I mean, how else did Runa find her way here? She found her way here through the wires. Through the wires. Okay, why am I still on the dislike slide? This is like slide number 7 or something. Okay. Okay. Next up on the list. Give me a second. Okay. Much better? Well, in my country, you still have district post offices, and question will be asked, and then tax papers come. Oh my goodness. That type of thing? That's like, that reminds me of a particular famous VTuber who is someone I watch, and she talked about her country's really odd shipping stuff. Really weird shipping situation where they needed to sign papers and it was an entire scam trying to like blackmail them kind of thing, and these are like official people. It's like, what the heck? Thank goodness she was basically a mafia princess. Thank goodness. She's not mafia. She's just a princess. Anyway, enough about talking about one of my favorite streamers. Let's see. How many slides are there in total? I think there's like 15. I make a lot of slides. I made like a bunch just for the art. So this one's the room art that you saw. So this one is from Carlo Sinblue. Carlo Sinblue. Unfortunately, I looked at their page and I think they stopped doing art for a bit. So they kind of took down everything on VGen. But I still have their original name and I still want to give credit. Because credit where credit is due. They did an amazing job with the cute room art. They have my mirror. They have some gamerness to it. You see the carpet, the controller, my favorite controller. They have a big old Tamagotchi on the shelf. They got a Curl Me because that's my favorite. And they got a little Bulbasaur. Bro, I was like just 14 and I had to go to the office with my friends and I thought I was so dead. Oh, that's traumatic. Oh, that sucks. But I guess that's kind of what you have to deal with in your country, I guess. Covers up camera? Oh yeah, you better cover up your camera, Epic. Otherwise Runa sees everything. Yeah, so this art's super cute, super awesome, I love it. There's the moon, there's the mirrors, all sorts of minor little details here and there. So this is the room in the mirror world. This is the room I've been living with for the longest time since I got trapped. And yeah, it's not bad. It's great. Everything's great. What was the delivery time for me? In the past, before the pandemic, a single package used to take like 3 months to arrive. And nowadays, it's within a month. So a lot of things have been changed, a lot of things have been upgraded. I'm pretty sure they put in a lot of money into kind of permanent contracts with different major areas in the world, so that way the packages get there more quickly and more reliably than before. So, but it depends on where you live. But that's how I've been experiencing it here. I've been buying a lot from AliExpress, so I would know. Well, surely Pokemon exists in the mirror world. Yeah, it does, it does. Upgrades, yeah! All the art is so amazing. I know! This one is amazing. Unfortunately, I have a feeling the artist got a little burned out because I looked at their queue of work and they were always busy. So they might be on like a hiatus or like taking a long extended break from art for a while. So unfortunately, we won't be seeing them for a little while, but I really hope they come back because they make wonderful stuff. Oh, bought 2 items. One never arrived, and the second one arrived 1.5 months later. Ah, I see, I see. If they don't arrive, you can always dispute it, and you could get your money back. You either get your money back, or they try again. So, either or, it's not bad. Just keep an eye on the tracking. Okay, next. The next one is the other room, the room that you saw in the starting screen. That one is from Argony Designs. This is the room that I was in before I fell into the mirror. You see my big old mirror over there on the side? I was really tired and I went broop, and I fell in. And that's what happened. And here we are. So this is my room because in this room I used to be a guy, so that's why very minimalistic, very simple, very clean, very clean aesthetic. I was a clean, aesthetic, organized kind of person. And yeah. See, you see my controller over here, my little controller, my little PS4 controller. I have my PSP over here. I have my water, my thermos. I have my coffee. I have my computer. Wonderful stuff. Where's the tent? This was before the tent, so there's no tent. It looks great. Yeah, thanks. Again, they did an amazing job with this one. In fact, with this one, they actually sent multiple images where I can have the desk appear in front of the room, and then I can fit in between. So it looks like I'm sitting at the desk. Super cool, super awesome. And in fact, actually, this one, I think they actually gave an extra special bonus where this picture over here, if you look at this one over here, that picture I can actually replace with a different picture depending on what I'm doing. So if I'm playing Resident Evil, I could put in like the image of Resident Evil in there, and then you guys could be like, oh yeah, we're gonna play Resident Evil today. And then you'll see, oh, Resident Evil 3. So that's super cool. I'll swap between the two rooms occasionally, depending on how I feel. So sometimes you'll see this room in the opening, sometimes you'll see the other room in the opening, sometimes you'll see this room in the just chatting screen, sometimes you'll see the current room in the just chatting screen. Who knows? Oh, where's the pillow? Yes, I was super efficient to the point where I don't need a pillow. I don't need a pillow, I don't need a blanket. I just come home from work, I just lie down on my bed, cross my arms across my chest, and then I just instantly go to sleep, and then I wake up, and I instantly wake up, spring out of bed, get changed, get dressed, and then go to work. That's how efficient I was. I don't need a pillow. Pillows are for the weak. Pillows and blankets are for the weak. By the way, congrats on 80 followers. Thank you, thank you. But I feel like you've said that before. We reached 80 followers like a couple streams ago. I'm pretty sure you said thank you. You said congrats, but thank you again anyway. So you don't brush your teeth or wash your face? No, I do. I brush my teeth and wash my face all the time. Wash my face twice a day, morning, at night. Brush my teeth, morning, night. In fact, pro tip, as a voice actor, if you brush your teeth beforehand and then also drink water beforehand, you get rid of the funky mouth noise. So that's why I always brush my teeth before streams. So you're sleeping like a pharaoh, in a pharaoh sleeping pose. Yeah, that's just how it works. That's how it works. No, I hadn't said it. No, I'm pretty sure you did. Maybe a certain double also said it. That is such a cool voice tip. Yeah, if you haven't tried that before, Rona, you should definitely try. So the reason for mouth noises is the hydration issue, and then also any gunk you have as well, and saliva. So brush your teeth, gently brush your gums, and then I also brush my tongue as well. And then do that ahead of time, drink some water ahead of time, and your voice will sound 100% better. Or not better, 100% better than it already is. Everyone's voice is already awesome, but you can sound even more awesome. No, I haven't, I swear. I don't know, I'll have to check the VODs. Okay, moving on. Okay, my socials. You guys know my socials? Pretty sure. For you guys who all have been here at least once or twice or many times more than that. Obviously, if you're here, Twitch, I'm a Rainer, and YouTube, also, same thing. TikTok, same thing. Twitter, same thing. Yeah, you can check the VODs. Yeah, I definitely will. Doesn't your profile picture look like a stalker? It's fine. It's fine. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Okay, so as you guys all know, on Twitch I stream 3 times a week. I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Starting from now, it will be 9 p.m. Pacific. I'll try to see if I can list it in your locals as possible. I don't know if the extension is working correctly. You guys will just have to check it out to see if it works. I was informed by Runa that it wasn't quite working just before, but hopefully it's better now. I don't know. It's a little hard to test. I probably have to change my region to test it properly. But yeah, we'll try to see if we can figure it out. And in terms of streams, I play, as you know, I play indie games, I play horror games, RPG Maker games, no MOBAs ever, because I don't want to. And anything else that you guys might suggest, those would also be what I play. In terms of live streams, that's mostly what I'll be doing. Rarely are the just chatting streams. This is a rare occasion. On YouTube, I have my edited clips. I have my VODs on my VOD channel. I started adding thumbnails to those VODs. I'm gonna start using my Live2D model for my shorts. And in fact, I'm going to add a different style of short. So I didn't want to do any different content until this model. And now that I have it, I am free. I am absolutely free. Free to do whatever I want. So I always wanted to tell some stories and give some tips about things. Tell some funny, interesting things that happened. Or my really weird thought process about certain things that I find as common sense but apparently people do not think is common and do not think makes sense. So I wanted to share all those type of things. It's absolute freedom. The social works. Yeah. No worries, we stalk you anyway. Yeah. My profile picture is reverse stalker. So anyone stalking my socials, I'll be like, staring back at you. If you stare into the obvious will stare back at you. That's me, by the way. Okay, and then TikTok as usual, and then Twitter. Twitter I don't use as much, but I'm gonna try to use more from now on. I'll try my best. I'm not a social media type of person. In fact, I never had a Twitter. I never had TikTok. I never had a Twitch account until I started streaming. In fact, I had to learn all the Twitch culture in a short period of time. Just grinding through, watching people's streams and everything, and learning all the lingos, learning, PogChamp, all the stuff. So yeah, I don't have Instagram, which is unfortunate because some people, when I try to look at their social media, they don't have Twitter, they have Blue Sky, or they have Instagram, and I'm like, oh, I don't have either of those. I can never talk to them. But then Twitch added a whisper feature, so I'll probably use that more. But yeah, that's kind of how that is. It's like my profile picture's like, what are you looking at? Yeah, what are you looking at? Right? Yeah, so that's the bit about social media. My short-term goals. Okay, short-term goals. I'm gonna learn to rig and upgrade my model. As you guys could tell, my model, although it's awesome, I can have the different hair toggles. Also, I can have the cat toggle. I can have the clothing toggle. The unfortunate bit is that I don't have expressions. If you remember, I have my favorite expression on my PNG tuber model. I don't have that. I absolutely don't have that. I don't have any expressions. Pretty much the only thing I could do is and close my eyes, and that's basically it. So, unfortunately, I will have to upgrade my model in order to do that. Because my artist has poured so much time into so many different things, they didn't have as much that they could put into the rigging, so it was accepted that it's just basic rigging. In fact, these toggles were something outside of expectations. I did not expect them to make these toggles. I simply said that it would be nice if I had it in the future, and I don't need it now. But they were just that much of a great person and that badass of an artist that they're like, oh, you think it would be nice to have it? I will absolutely include it and blow your mind. Absolutely. You didn't need any toggles? I will give you 3 toggles for free. And then it's like, that's crazy. That's crazy. They were so good about it. I'm absolutely blown away by some of these artists. They're really selling themselves short. So I would really love for you guys to check them out and, you know, maybe get some attention for them, and then they can up their prices and then get the proper amount of compensation they deserve. And I am definitely going to commission more stuff from all these people again in the future when I have the money for it. But for now, all I can do is shill for them. And I shill goddamn hard, if I like to say so myself. Learning Womp Womp is a great hobby. Making your own games sounds fun. Are you gonna stream tomorrow? They went above and beyond. Yeah. Learning is a lifetime hobby. You need it. You can hate it, but you gotta love it. And making your own game sounds fun. I haven't gotten to that line yet. And yes, I am going to stream tomorrow. I actually took a day off to extend my long weekend, so I have enough rest for tomorrow and I could stream again. So normally I kind of space out my streams so I have one day rest, but this time it's gonna be streaming today, streaming tomorrow, no break, but I do have a day off, so I'm perfectly fine. I planned this well in advance, as you can tell. Like I said, I have my model ready already back in March, so I've been planning for what, 3 months already? 3-4 months? Everything was for today. What I didn't plan for was you guys. All of you guys who dropped by. Back then, I think a lot of you guys haven't even known about me yet, and I was like, still just learning the ropes here and there. So, super appreciate for all the people that I've been acquainted with, had a chance to talk with, had a chance to hang out with. Thank you guys for all your support. You guys are so nice. Always blown away. Always enjoyable. You couldn't help yourself. Yeah, you were keeping everything as a surprise. Yeah, that's how it works. That's how a surprise works. I keep, you know what they say. Keep your enemies, keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer, but then keep your favorites even closer. So when are you gonna start streaming on YouTube? I don't know. YouTube is a whole other beast. I know I could do multi-streaming, but I have to learn. I don't know what the situation is in terms of viewers. I don't know what it is in terms of like the bit rate, in terms of how VODs work there. There's a lot. I don't even know how to manage. How do I moderate myself? I don't know. I'll have to learn. Aw, you work so hard. Thank you. In fact, actually, Runa, this one's for you. I actually discovered you from a TikTok. I had my model I knew I needed to upgrade my model, and I was learning a bunch of tutorials, and then I found this one Runa Starbright who was saying, "Oh, wow, look at how I upgraded my model after 6 months. Look at the difference before, after." And I was like, that's so cool. I have to watch this person. I have to find out more information. This person knows what they're doing. They are amazing. So that's how I found you. I think that was a very, very nice twist of fate. Streaming on 2 platforms is too much for my small brain. Yeah, my brain might be a little preoccupied as well. You have to learn to love learning, as you said it before. Oh my gosh, it was through my VTuber update TikToks? Yeah, it was. So, it was from that, and then the very second TikTok that I saw was your Kaya. Was the Kaya. It's like, what was it? The horror game about, like, running a bathhouse? And then it's like, it's fine. If I imagine it's Kaya, it's fine. Those 2 things were my first 2 impressions of you. It was a very, very good impression. I was like, this girl knows what she's talking about. This girl knows exactly what she's talking about. I need to learn more about them. Nah, brah, I didn't know Runa was a creator. Yeah, Runa is a streamer as well. So a brief shout out to Runa Starbright. If you guys didn't know, she also streams. She's rated a couple times before. And she's probably the closest VTuber acquaintance friend that I have. And yeah, okay, enough for shilling for literally every other artist and every other creator. Time to talk about myself again. If you have any rigging questions, feel free to ask me in DMs, by the way. I can't promise I know all the answers, but I can help if you need it. Thank you so much! I will definitely bug and pester you when I need it. But I'll be learning on my own. I will probably try my best within a month's time, and if I get stuck, I'll probably... You'll probably hear from me. When the hell did Runa raid? She raided when we were playing one of the times she raided was when I was playing Rubinite. The one where I died like 62 times, 67 times. Another time Runa raided, I don't remember. It feels like it's been forever, but I know Runa has raided, I think, 3 or 4 times. So, very memorable. Very memorable, yet I forgot the specifics, but I'll remember sometime tonight. Don't worry, I remember everything. Ada and Leon. Oh yeah, that was the most recent one. Yeah. It was the Ada, no! Ada's falling is the finale. I remember. I remember that. Okay, so that's number 1. Wow, I spent like another 10 minutes talking about one line. Okay, number 2. Creating my first long-form video. Like I said, now that I'm free, I could do whatever content I want. So I didn't want to use my PNG tuber model for like videos and everything because I tried it and it looked very static. It looked very still. Like I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do any of this, I can do this. So I was like, I guess I'll hold out until I have my Live2D debut. So now, again, I am free. I'm free to do whatever I want. It's all the fluff that's making my memory fuzzy. Yeah, that's probably it. Bit of permanent brain damage from the fluff coffee. And then the third thing is make and voice my own video game. It's not anything major, so I'm gonna start small. I'm gonna start with just creating a RPG Maker game. I saw that there's a sale. It's the latest version is for like 10-ish bucks US. So I'm gonna buy that and I'm gonna make my own game. I have the skills to write it in Unity as well. In Unity, C# or C or C++, but I don't have any game development knowledge or experience. So I want to at least make a simple game first, and I want to show off my voice acting skills as well. So you're gonna have a game where I voice every character, and I can tell you there's gonna be at least 10 different characters. There's gonna be so many characters. There's gonna be an old guy, there's gonna be an old lady, there's gonna be a young guy, there's gonna be a young lady, there's gonna be a kid, there's gonna be a monster. There's gonna be all sorts of characters, and they're all voiced by me. You're gonna see the credits roll, and then for like 5 whole minutes, it's just gonna be me. Game developer, Ami. Voice acting, character A, Ami. Character B, Ami. Pixel art, Ami. A QA, Ami. Publisher, Ami. It's gonna be all me. Just every role, just me. Well, I guess there'd be some roles for other people. I'll probably like commission someone again for music, for background music. But probably other than that, it'll be all me. I am running out of water, and I think I'm running out of time. Okay, so let's keep going. Oh, sounds amazing. Yeah. Man, my brain's hurting. Yeah, brain hurt already. Will there be a fridge character? There might be. There might be. Make your own game? That sounds so cool, Ami. Gotta say, you're really great in real life, except for your gaming skills. Wow. Way to compliment and roast me at the same time, in the same line. Thank you. I appreciate it. I know. It's something I learned late in life, where I was like, huh, you know? I think I suck at video games. You know, as much as I love games, I think I suck at video games. Can't forget Ami's sense of direction. The roast is great. Yeah. Oh man. Roasted on the first debut stream. Great. Yeah, so it's just my debuff, you know? I'm just too good at everything else, so I have to be debuffed in certain areas, more so than an average individual, so that's just what I have to deal with. If I never play video games and I never have to get off my seat, I am the most overpowered individual in existence. But unfortunately, I have to walk, I have to find my way, I have to get lost, I have to play video games and get stuck on a single tutorial boss for hours or days. That is my life. It's the cat god debuff. Yeah, it's amazing seeing you walk in the right direction, turn around once, and then you're hopelessly lost. Yeah, no one can be equal to Ami's in sense of direction. Even Zoro can't compare. Yeah, I swear. I close my eyes for a second, and I'm absolutely disoriented. I have no idea where I was going. I have no idea. Zoro eventually gets there. Eventually. Cat God. The cat god is taking a nap. See? Cat god's taking a nap right here. Right here. Okay, now for the long-term goals. Long-term goals. This one's gonna be, I don't know if you're gonna like this. Okay. So, long-term goal number 1. produce 1,000 shorts. And to go with this one, I did the math. I do about 3 to 4 shorts per week. And at one point, I also did a short every day for Valentine's Day. But I will graduate when I hit 1,000 shorts. So 1,000 shorts, if I do... Okay, let's pull up the calculator. Let's pull up the calculator. Okay. Could I capture a calculator? Hold on. If I'm gonna do this bit, I'm gonna do it right. Okay. How do I calculator? Calculator. I'll cue you later. Okay. Okay, there. Could I... Not where I want it. Okay, there. It'll be a happy and sad day. Yeah, I know. But it has to happen. Okay, so if I do 1,000, if I say it's 1,000, divide it by, let's say, 4. Let's say 3. Let's say 3. I'm doing 3 right now. So divide by 3, and then divide it by the number of weeks in a year, approximately 52. That is 6 years and a bit. A bit has passed, so I will stream potentially for another 6 years, and then I will graduate. 100%. This is not a promise. This is an absolute threat. This is my absolute threat and promise. I will graduate when I hit the 1,000 shorts. But I'll say your character in the future will be a glitchy Ami. Life without a virus or a glitch is actually impossible. You've got your life planned out. Oh my god. Yeah, I know. I did the math. I was like, huh, it actually works out quite well. I actually think 6 years and a half might be a little long, but it is what it is. So hold me accountable. I will be here for at least until I get my 1,000 shorts. Graduate? What the hell? Graduate your current model? Stay with us, grr! Don't worry, I'll be here for at least 6 years. So, I'll be here. That's exactly why I need to live a healthy lifestyle, because I have to make it sustainable. So I'm gonna be here consistently for the 6 years. She debuted, and she's already threatening graduating? What is this VTuber? We'll remember all the good times. Yeah. You know what they say. All good things have to come to an end. So, that's why I said, you guys will probably hate this, but that's how it is. Yeah, Oh. I guess this is a good time to pull up my diary entry. I wrote a thing in my diary. I don't typically write diary entries, but I wrote a diary entry. So it was a couple months ago where I was watching a particular video from a particular streamer, a particular AI streamer, and it was a music video, and the message I got out of it was memories. Precious memories. So, this is my philosophy, this is my opinion. I think that in terms of streaming, the most important thing is not the numbers, is not the popularity, is not the pretty models. It is, however, the memories we make along the way. So, whether it be with no viewers, 1 viewer, 2 viewer, X number of viewers, it is the precious memories that we made together during times like these, where you guys stick around and hang out with me, whether it be just a hello, or you hang out the entire time with me and suffer together with me in video games. All those precious memories, Those are the important things we get out of it. Even if I stop streaming in the future, even if you guys stop watching, they'll always be deep within our hearts, in our minds, and it'll be something to think about and crack a smile on our face. So that's my philosophy. That's what I took out of it, and that's what I like. So whatever dumb things you say, whatever dumb things I do and say, I remember each and every one of them, and every one of them is precious. It's a funny little memory to bring to the future. So yeah, there's that. But we don't want good things to come to an end. Well, that's just how it is. Then be a bad thing, man. I can't. I'm just inherently good. Good life lesson. Yippee! Yeah. I think I'll catch Ami's stream for like 3 years. But Ami, you will play all my suggested games, right, Ami? Yes, I will play every single one of them. Even if you're, regardless if you're here or not, if you can make it, if you can't make it, if you get bored of me, if you have a lot of things happening in life, if you find a job, find a girlfriend, find a boyfriend, get married, have kids, I will do my darnest to finish every game on the list. I will do every single one of them. Remember to tell us when you leave, Luke. Can't forget about the goodbyes. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. Okay, I'm running out of water, and we're running out of time for today. So let's keep going. Next on the list, perform in a music video for an original song. So, I have things in the works. I haven't been doing any auditions recently because I was busy with streaming, but I do have a side project on the side which does involve singing. So maybe my dream may actually come true sooner than I thought. In fact, they posted up a recent intro to the project on the exact same day as my 1.0 debut. So if you guys ever heard of Misery Factory, that's the thing to check out. But yeah, my voice acting might happen more earlier than I thought. And yeah, voice act in someone else's game. So I'll be making my own game, but that doesn't count. I want to voice act in a game that you guys will either download on Steam or even pay for on Steam, and it will have me as a person who voiced one of the characters. I don't know if it would be a guy, a girl, a tree. Who knows? For all I know, I could be the voice in the sky. Anything will count. I would just be happy if I could get any role. So that would be awesome. Yeah, but those are my long-term goals. After 3 years, I think I'll be in a foreign country, living my hard life, since I got to study in foreign country for more better development. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. You're gonna learn a lot of life lessons. You're gonna gain a lot of life experience. Something to look forward to. Will you tell us the game that you voice act once the game comes out? 100%. I will post it on my socials, on my Discord. I will let all you know. In fact, even this latest thing, I will probably post it tonight because I swear, they might have done it on purpose. They might have purposely dropped their video 1 hour before my debut just because they knew I was debuting. So they're like, oh, just to show off Ami's voice acting, we're gonna drop her video an hour before the debut so the world can enjoy it. And I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy how that works. Add us in your game. Please make us an annoying, greedy NPC. I might consider it. I might consider it. I'll see. I'll see. Okay, next. Dev showcase. So I wanted to have a longer segment for this, but I'll probably keep it short. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so this, if you guys don't know, is Visual Studios, and this is what I use to code. So, I'll just read out some of the stuff here. If I could. Okay, so if you see here, I have this thing where I set up. Let's try this. So you guys progress through the chapters. You guys, let's see, where is it? Here. So you guys progress through the chapters 1 to 10, and then each time I go through it, depending on if the area is done, it goes through each check, and inside each of these, I kind of set up the words, the flavor text, and then the flavor text is like, the villagers consist of mostly elderly and small children. It seems like most of the youth have left to find work in major cities. So it kind of randomizes and chooses this based on what you get. So you might get a neutral response, good response, excellent response. And then I have probabilities, so 42%, 16%. And then depending on that, it randomly picks one of these. And then that's what you get in the chat when you explore. Can you show us the part where it was bugged? Oh, yeah. So, oh my goodness. Yeah, it didn't show. Oh yeah, here's the old lady that that you guys kept getting annoyed about. Oh, where was she? Oh, did I hide it? Let's see. Oh yeah, tries to ask an old lady. There's the one. There's the old lady you guys hated. The bug was, where was the bug? I think the bug was, oh yes. So I have an evaluate stat check. So it checks your stats to see whether or not you pass, and it does the check right here. So it does a weighted check. So that means if it's 1 to 1 is 50%, 2 to 1 becomes 2 to 1. So that's like my brain's not working. 66%. And so on and so forth. But I accidentally did an oopsie where I think I said this. I think I did that. So I basically reversed the condition, and it meant that it was impossible to be true. And because it became impossible to be true, no one ever passed the stat check, ever. For the entire first stream, everyone was failing the stat check, so you guys kept getting stuck. And I was like, I don't understand. How come no one passes the stat check, ever? And then it turns out it was just meant to fail 100% of the time, because this was impossible. This was impossible, so it never worked. So I changed it back, and I was like, oh, oops, my bad. And I only discovered it, like, during the second stream. Oh, that was so bad. Don't show us that annoying answer. Oh my gosh. Man, those old ladies and children were freaking goddamn demons. Yeah, actually, the old lady was also supposed to give you an answer, but it had a stat check on it originally. I got rid of it and made it the children, but yeah. Huh, that really sucks. So you're saying that if you hadn't found the bug, we would have never seen your new model? Yes. My debut almost never happened. Okay. My debut almost never happened because of a single typo. Because of a single typo, my debut almost never happened. That is gonna be a short. Absolutely. Yeah, you're bad. But you never felt bad for our points. Let's not talk about the refund. Yeah, let's not talk about that. Moving on. So as you can see, I kind of created this. I did all this really quickly. So pretty much the day before, I just coded it in one day. And then, yeah, it nearly didn't happen. Yeah, that is crazy. We are almost stuck on this forever. That was part of the reason why I didn't make much progress in the game, because I was so nervous, because I was like, wait, you guys were supposed to unlock one thing per stream. There's no way you can't do it. I'm cooked. The debut's not happening. And it's like the first day no unlocks, the second day is no unlock. And I'm like, oh no, I am multiple days behind. This is not gonna happen. I am freaking screwed. Show us spamming the explore command in that short. Yeah, I might. I'll be like, I let chat decide my fate, and this is what happened. Or like, I put my debut behind an RNG, and it almost never happened. Something like that. Something to that effect. It's gonna be a funny one. You should be nervous. Yeah, that was such a thing. Oh my goodness. Anyway, the reason for it was mostly because I procrastinated, and it was a last minute addition. So I spent literally a day on this, and I coded it from nothing. And then I didn't do much of testing. I had no idea how to deploy it because this was my first time using fly.io. So I was like, well, gotta figure it out. And I did. But it was only somewhat successful. I figured it out in the end. Yeah, it took years for the grannies to tell us the entrance of the cave. Yeah, unfortunately. I'm out of water. Okay. Even the innkeeper didn't know anything about the ruins. Yeah, it took a little while. So I don't have much more time to talk about the coding part. I think, who was it? Was it Mark who wanted me to go over this? But basically, high level, this controls all the story and all the flavor. And then if I go to here, this controls all your stats. So you see, you have a name, you have your wit, your charisma, your stamina. I can update it. And then here's the controller. I can add stats. I can actually control your stats. I could print out your stats, reset them. Luke, I can reset your stats. Yeah. And then here's the basic chat command processor. So every command from Stream Elements goes to here, and I take your username, I take the text that is the name of the command, and I process it, and it does all sorts of things. So there's the explore command, there's the fridge command, there's the spider command, the Buddha command, grandpa, rat god, cat god. They're all the commands all here. See? You can see all this stuff. Oh, that space shouldn't be there. Yeah, so you see all this. So the bad options for the fridge, the neutral options, the excellent options, all sorts of things. A little while, more like a week. Okay, make my stats 999, please. 999. I could do that like for a bit, I guess. How long did it take for you to complete this? It took like, if I counted hours, probably took like 10 hours. It took like 10 hours to do. And before every stream, I would kind of add on a little bit extra each time. So all the new areas that we were exploring, I was basically writing that up every time. So every time I had to do a stream, I had to write out this part. So this part of the code, this part of the code, like that. So I made it very modular, so it was easy. So all I had to do was really make the flavor text for the neutral options, like this, some bad options like this. So this one is more of describing the area. This one involves you guys, so it would be like, oh, Gumbo attempts to use the famous right hand trick, or like Luke feels like something's trying to obstruct them, or like Runa senses a heavy presence, something like that. Do negative stats for Luke. Please make it 999. Gumbo, let me have my own moments. I could do that. Okay, let's see. I would have to do a command. Let me see. I'll do it once. Give me a second. So I could call my API through the web browser, and I can modify it as necessary. Let's pull up the commands though. Sample URLs. Open. Hold on. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. It's on the other screen. Okay. How do I do this? Add stats. Let's see. Let's print all first. Okay, let me print all. And where is Luke? Okay. So you changed your name. So I will have to do a little something like this. And then let's see how much I should add for your wit. Let's add 997. Let's just do that. Let's do that, and then let's say, this. Yeah, let's do something like this. That ought to do it. Okay. Okay, Luke, check your stats. Check your stats right now. I gave what you guys wanted. I gave you guys what you wanted. Come on, do stats. Exclamation mark stats. Go ahead. Luke has 999 wit and negative 999 charisma. 10 stamina. See, I granted both of your wishes. You're slow, and you have no riz. Oh no. Oh no, but you're the genius. You're an absolute genius now. Okay, I'll leave it like that for a while. Anyway, back to this. So every stream I had to basically figure out the flavor text and figure out where we're going. But it's modular enough that it doesn't actually require much coding every day, so that's what I had to add. And in terms of chat commands, I can do all sorts of things like this. So I can always add more things as necessary. There's also this thing where it is my system prefix, which is the system notice. And actually, if you go here, yeah, so that allows me to have the big old pop-ups. So kind of like intro, like that. So that is basically a second chat widget that only prints if it's from Stream Elements and if it is prefixed with system notice. So I use that for the raid messages. I use that for special redeems and stuff like that. Bruh, Ami, do I look like a criminal? No. It means you're just so criminally awesome, criminally stylish, just so absolutely stylish. Am I dead? No. This is normal. This is perfectly normal. So freaking cool. Who's the mischievous deity, if you don't mind me asking? Well, does this tell you who it is? This over here? Does this one look familiar? Mischievous deity over here? Wink, 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 wink. Nudge, nudge. It doesn't ring a bell. Yeah, I wonder who it was. Who was it who stole my abilities? I really, really wonder. I really, really wonder. Oh, there they go. They're gone. Yeah, so I'm a little bit... So, there is, the advantage of being able to do whatever the heck I want. But there is one negative. The one negative is that it costs me money. The service that I'm using is called Fly.io, and it doesn't have necessarily a free tier, but it doesn't cost much money at all. So far, I have not even spent $1. I spent like 20 cents. Like only 20 cents US. So it costs pennies to run, but it still costs something, which is slightly unfortunate, but it's fine. Let's see. All the grannies don't like Luke. Who's, doesn't ring a bell? Okay, Cat God is real, yeah! -1 though. So I'm not chased by Grandpa, but by grannies now. Yeah, you might be. The grandpas are after Ami. With a butcher knife and everything. Okay, so, yeah, so that's that. I have more changes I want to make to this. So the way the system works is that it's a web API, and what a web API is that the browser, there's a URL to call in the browser, which allows you to connect to my web API, and it does things. Now, that's great, but it's not directly linked or integrated with Twitch, so the step up is to integrate to Twitch. But I can't do that without channel points. Without channel points and stuff like that, it doesn't matter if I integrate with the Twitch chat. I have limited things I could do. So, once I activate affiliate, once I enable affiliate features, I will modify this and make it even better than before. And the benefit is I don't have to host it on a service, and I could just host it on my own computer. So, until then, I'll have to pay some pennies every month, but we'll get there soon. Gumball, let's guess Ami's followers after 6 years. Yeah, maybe after 6 years I'll finally have 100 followers. Who knows? Maybe I'll have more. Maybe I'll have less. Who knows? Like I said, the numbers aren't what matters. It's the memories. The cringe stuff I post online, the awesome, funny moments that we have, the dumb moments, all those happy moments, everything. Everything. Can't wait for the future. I'll guess 2.3 million. That is very optimistic and very positive of you. Thank you. It would be cool if it was. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay, anyway, enough of this. So, this is great and all, but it gets a little boring, I'm sure, if you guys aren't tech-oriented. So let's move on to the rest of the presentation. I'm basically done, it's almost end of the stream, so let's get through it. Oh wait, I'm basically done. Never mind. Okay. There. Okay, so again, extra special thanks to all the artists involved. So, design, model, art, and rigging, San Zashizu. Pixel art emotes from Rikandra. Profile art from The Scratch. Banner art from Pride Crate. Room art from Carlos Sinblue. Room art again from Argani Designs. My schedule template from Voya Gears. And then finally, the background music that you guys have been listening to this entire time. Background music number 7 from Yusei Yuka. A fabulous clappy clap for everyone here. Thank you guys so much. I don't know if any of these artists are watching in any capacity, but regardless, credit where credit is due. Thank you for all the amazing work you guys have put in. I am definitely gonna shill as hard as I can for each and every one of you. A post for each and every one of them. And probably I'll commission more things from them in the future. Luke's guess is 1.9 million. Again, super positive, super optimistic. Thank you. Stats, it's still the same. I haven't reset your stats yet. We'll all see in the future. Everything was so amazing. Yeah. Ami and Gumbo can't call me a stalker if I ever make a photo frame of memories in the future. Oh, that would be so cool. Like clipping your favorite moments and then like having them as screenshots and like a photo collage. That would be awesome. Make me a fridge in that photo. Yeah, that would be so cool. Okay. So, we have come to an end. We have come to the end. We have arrived and we have reached the end. And then that is my TED Talk. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Thank you. Well, I'll make a big photo of Ami and add Gumbo and the others. There's name on Ami's forehead. Just plaster it right across my forehead. Just raise up the bangs and just plaster it on my forehead. Why the forehead? I don't know. Clap, clap, clap. Yeah, good job. Yay. I did it. I got through the debut stream. Yay. It was an amazing debut stream. Thank you. Thank you guys for coming. Actually, just one last little story just to tie it all up. So, I started streaming 2 days before the end of 2024 because I didn't want to make it a New Year's resolution because I thought, bad GBs, everyone gives up their New Year's resolution. So I was like, I have to do it the day before. And in fact, I'll do one better. I'll do 2 days before. So I streamed 2 days before the new year. And then I did a quote-unquote debut stream to literally no one. Maybe a couple people dropped by, but I was an absolute nervous wreck, absolute panic. I had more games I wanted to play, but I didn't. And I ended stream as quick as I could and threw my head under a pillow and said, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, Ami, what are you doing? You made an absolute fool of yourself. You'll never stream again. And then I went to bed and I woke up and I did it again and again and then again. And then I kept going again and again and again. And here we are today in our 1.0 stream. There was a point where I would have given up I stuck with it, and a lot of you guys also stuck with me, and I really appreciate it. So, again, thank you guys all for coming, all for all your support. Thank you very much. I super appreciate it. I'll remember every last moment. And tomorrow, we're back to our regular scheduled Resident Evil streams with our new model. But for now, thank you guys all for coming again. I said that more than once, I know. I will see you guys tomorrow or next time, whenever that might be. Let me finish reading the rest of the chat first. You guys are saying a lot of things. Amazing stream, Mommy. You got your powers back. Yes, I did. And it was nice that we all got to talk to everyone. Also, Yandere. Was Yandere that time? Yeah. I'm pretty sure I joined you on your 6th or 7th stream. I think if I look in my VODs, I think you joined on my 3rd stream. I think you joined on like the 3rd one. I actually, fun fact, I also deleted my first stream's VOD. It is lost to time. No one knows. I don't have the clip. It's not on the internet. It's gone forever. That's just how bad I felt that day. So unfortunately, we don't have it. But we do have this one. So that's good. Wow, Gumbo, that's nice. If you're not banned, you'll be in more streams. It's quite sad that you lost some of the first few streams. Yeah, I kind of deleted it because I deleted it and didn't save it because of how bad I felt at the time. But now I partially regret it. But oh well. That's how it is. That's how it is. Congratulations, girl! We're very proud of you. Thank you. Goodbye, everyone. A new journey. See you guys next time. Congrats. Yeah, thanks. That's sad. But everyone, have a wonderful day, afternoon, or day. Hey, that's my line. That's my line. So everyone, have a wonderful rest of the day, rest of the afternoon, rest of the day, or the evening, wherever it may be that you live. But for now, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Good night. Bye. And bam, you guys got to enjoy the last ending screen. You thought you saw it all, but there's more. Alright, this time for real. Bye-bye.